What advice would you give them to start? What would be like one thing which would pop in your mind?
Yeah, well, for me, obviously wanted to give up my job, so I had to think of, I'd done, cryptocurrency and stuff like that. That was a bit of a long process, make money up and down. So I needed a more reliable source of sort of income investment. So it really, obviously that's why I chose property. What I've done is obviously I've got mentors throughout, so that's what obviously I would do personally.
Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today with me again it's Ryan, because Ryan started coaching with me I think at the start of the year of 2022, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And we already shot one interview when he got his first rent to NSA, but now he's having 3 deals. And I was thinking to share that story with you guys, so he can share how he accomplished that, and so it can be some inspiration for you, and that everything is possible if you put the effort to it. So hi Ryan.
Hi there.
Thank you very much for making the time today, and and we are in your new apartment, the third one.
Yeah. So a bit hectic, try to get everything all going, as you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Stressful, but it's
okay.
Yeah,
so
get it done.
So where have you moved from before? So we had this first deal you secured. It was in.
It was in the Meadows. So
yeah.
It was.
And what was the time? When was the month?
It'd be the middle of March.
Middle of March.
Middle of March. So got that in the middle of March, and that was when obviously got the keys, and then had COVID, so obviously you furnished it and stuff like that, so it was pretty hands off. So yeah, that's been performing really well actually, considering the rent that I pay for it and the cash flow. Low risk, I would say.
Yeah. So how much is this one is making you an average so far?
This one that I've got.
The first one.
The first one. It's hard to say because obviously the summer months have been performing pretty well. I think about £1,900. So yeah, about £1,900. But on average, you're probably talking, maybe 700 if you take it over the whole year. But obviously, I've only had it from, March. So
yeah, okay.
But,
so 1,900 is like a profit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it started good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. So, wow. So, and obviously you will see how it goes for the further month. But so far, yeah. So, and how much money have you had to invest into that deal? Do you remember?
That one was a wee bit more. That was about 7,000. So that basically sort of came bare. It came with a bed and stuff, but obviously it got furnished. So a lot more money to put in, but it's performed well. So,
so this,
I've just about. I'll get my money out. With it being August, I'll have all my money out that deal.
Okay, so you have it April, May, June, July, August. So in 5 months, the money back.
Yeah. So
and,
I think for the first month of that, it was a bit slow, like anything. Try to get reviews, bookings, and stuff like that. It was a bit slow, but after that, it's been performing pretty well.
It's very
I was surprised because I wasn't actually wanting to take it on. That's when you came and viewed it, and you said, "Yeah, it'll work." So.
I should say it doesn't work enough to take it myself.
Well, that's I know, but it's
that's very good. I mean, so in 5 months, all investment back, and so usually when people are looking for deals themselves, so I think like you can recover the money in 6-7 months. And when you use the deal sourcer, so you need to pay the sourcing fee. So usually you won't have the money back in a year time. But you found it yourself, so it's very good. So and when did you secure your second deal? Do you remember when was that?
It was about a week after.
A week after?
About a week after, and then I think I got the keys maybe even 2 weeks after. So secured that.
You've been on fire.
And then got that one. So it was quite a stressful time. Obviously it's a lot of moving parts and stuff, and then obviously I've furnished that and stuff, so
because you wanted to stage it yourself, the other one?
Try and save a bit of money, see what's the moving parts and stuff, see what's all how long it takes. But
it's good to try to see how it is.
It takes a good at least 3 days anyway, like solid 3 days. That's what people don't realise. I mean, I'm quite lucky with this because it came furnished, but even sofa beds, sorting out lock boxes, it all takes people cancelling. It all takes time, and then food supplies and stuff like that. So
people don't realise though how many shops you need to go to get all the stuff, and after you forget something, and
then IKEA's only got 4 of the duvet covers that you're wanting, so you have to go. So it's pretty hectic, but you get there in the end. So
So the second one you get after 2 weeks, you stage it yourself.
Yep.
And so how is this another one performing in average? What would you say?
That's
because this is, you have like what, 3 months? You got a month or 3-4 months roughly?
I got that one. So I got the first one middle of March. So probably about, I think it was the last week in March I got it. The second one. So that seems to be obviously doing well. Price wise, it's hard to say, but obviously the summer months is that was really good profit. I've got my money out already on that one.
Oh really?
Yeah, already. Yeah.
So it took you just 3 months to get the money out?
No, well, it'll be what you've got April,
May, June and July. So
sorry, after this month, August.
Okay.
August, So because it'll be a good profitable.
So similar situation.
So it's the same as the last one. So basically have all my money out on the deals sort of thing. So that's why I was obviously wanting to get another one, because to begin with I was a bit wary to see if it was going to work. Like anything, you're a bit worried, and that's one thing I regret is not getting a lot more sort of thing. Because obviously I've got my money out in a short space of time, but you don't know that at the time.
Exactly.
You can look at the numbers and see, it's going to work out, but you just never know. So
I was exactly the same. We took our first deal for rent-to-rent. We didn't know. And we took it from May, and after in September I was on an event, and we were talking about these rent-to-rent deals and how many you would need to be financial free. And it just clicked. I checked this deal and I was like, this deal is making money actually, like a decent £500 every month. And it's just rent 600 in Durham. And I was like, cheap. So it's doing a good profit, and someone even more. And I was like, so why I do have just one? Why I don't have more of those deals? And after I went all in for those rent-to-rent deals, obviously. So so I know the feeling, because you want to find out if it's going to work. Well,
that's it. And then obviously you hear a lot of people talking about the legislation coming in and stuff and that, and you listen to that news and you're thinking, is that going to play a part, and is it going to work and all that sort of thing. So what I found is just sort of, as long as you've got a good clause, get out clause, you're sort of, you're okay, and just sort of go for it really.
And I think even the same similar thing, a little bit different, but I think it's very similar with the HMOs. Like I know, like when some people they want to get HMO license, and in some areas there is obviously Article 4, so they need to get the planning permission and all these things. So they are always like try to look for the cities where there is no Article 4 just yet, because it's going to come to the force later on. But secure the deals now, and I think it's a similar situation in here. Just get the deals now, because after it's going to be, you need to go through the planning before you can trade, but now we are fine with those deals, and after we just do whatever we need to do.
Well, that's it. So sort of thought about that and just worry about it when it comes, if you know what I mean. So it's the best way to look at it.
And now we are sitting in your third rent-to-rent, which is today is actually Friday, is live from Monday. We already put it a few days ago online, so there are some bookings coming.
So some bookings in September already, and even October, I'm sure. So that's pretty decent. So
So how much because we started in January working together, I think. So, and how much was the number when you wanted to reach in order to be financially free? How much was it?
I'm just trying to think actually, but it would be about 2,000, because that's sort of what my wages is. 2,500 at a push. But I mean, 2,000, I would be able to sort of give up your job, if you know what I mean. You wouldn't be able to live a lavish lifestyle, but you could give up your job and do more property or whatever.
Deals.
So so
when with those 3 deals all working, let's imagine there's not just summer months but also winter months, how much do you think in average you will be making in a month?
Of the 3 of them?
Of the 3 of them.
At least 2, I would say. 2,200, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I reckon that one next door, probably about 800 on average.
This is the same one?
And this is the same one, a little bit more rent, so, you know, but, you know, I've only had it for, you know, a little amount of months, so, I mean, it's hard to say, but going from past performance and stuff like that, because I know I've been making a lot of money, you know, in the summer months, a good bit more. You know, like over £2,000 profit cash flow. So obviously taking that down a bit on average over the whole year. So So I reckon about.
And maybe even with the legislation, it's going to help because there will be less service accommodation. So those who are be trading and who will be doing the good things. So maybe we can be even charging still the same money like in the summer during the winter. And we still have a Christmas market to come.
That's it.
Edinburgh is good for that.
You know, it's a really good location. I mean, let's say I thought October, like September, October, November would be a bit quiet, but I've already got bookings already for you know, October and November. So it just shows you know, it's, you know, all year round. And then obviously Christmas market's going to be busy because it just always is, you know. So and then obviously you've got January, February, probably a bit slower, but you just never know. Time will tell.
So you've been able in basically 8 months still working in your job to get 3 year deals, which makes you financially free. 2,200. You needed 2,000. It's not, you don't need to give up your job, obviously. You can just keep going and just doing whatever you want. But the thing is, you have now the option. You have more security. You are fine.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, if obviously I get yourself, my laundry, he manages it. I speak to him quite a lot. So it's hands off. But I mean, if I was managing myself, it would be very profitable, but it's another job, so it's the way you've got to sort of look at it. You know, you're making more income, but then you would be creating another job if you were managing it. So what do you actually want to do? So it's a way to look at that.
But, you want to go to your holidays to Croatia, and you're fine.
Well, that's it. So, but so there's obviously more money to be made, but it depends on what you want to do. And with me being an hour away and stuff like that, it's not really for me. Obviously you have people that are in Edinburgh that can attend that pretty quick. So,
and I have another question. So, because when we started working together, you are looking to learn about rent-to-rent service accommodation. You've seen I'm in Scotland, so we started working together. But you already had experience in property, and how long have you been in property already? And what did you accomplish in that time?
So I think I started training in probably 2018 maybe, 2019. I think I got my first property.
So you've been on training in 2019?
Yes, I think I got my first property.
Was it paid training?
Sorry?
Was it paid training?
Paid training, yes.
Do you want to share how much was it for the whole training? Just people have an idea, because like people are asking those questions all the time. So
I'm just trying to think. It would be I can't remember if it was 22 or 22 or 25, but 22. I spent more money on getting like a one-to-one mentor and stuff, and I did pay after that one-to-one mentor, so he was helping me, you know, buy lets and stuff, so that helped me.
So roughly you spent £25,000 for
I'd say about 30 all in.
30,000 for all the training in 2019. You invested into yourself.
Well, 19, 20 and
and after, what did you accomplish in that period?
So, you know, a few buy-to-lets and stuff.
How many you have?
It's the 3 buy-to-lets.
3 buy-to-lets? And what is the cash flow they are making? Those 3.
So one of them be about, it's all changing because obviously I'm refinancing and stuff, so it'll take a bit of a hit. First one maybe 250, other one just over 200, and the other one's probably about 290 or something like that. 450, 750 altogether. But I'm thinking of possibly selling one of my properties. Just a few reasons. Obviously interest rates going up, that one that's like just over 200, it'll take a bit of a hit, even though I've basically got all my money out of the deal. It's needing sort of roof repairs, and there's some, I don't know if you can say, rogue landlords that are not wanting to repair the roof and stuff, so I can't really be bothered with the hassle.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get somebody to pay for it, and it probably costs about at least £20,000. So I could probably sell it at a profit. Well, I could sell it at a profit and just, you know, while the market's high, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm just asking those things because I know it about already. I just want to know from you, because the thing is, when I started with Andre, so we also went the road to do like a BRR project, and this was our first project, and after we took over 2 reception agreements, so in the first year we got these 3 deals, making £1,000 a month, which was okay, but it was very slow. It was very slow, and I can see, like, let's say those 3 deals are making you £750 a month, which is around 9,000 a year, and you spend 30,000 for the training. So it has been 3 years, so maybe in those 3 years you recovered all the money for the training, and you have the knowledge, and you can obviously do it again and again and again, which is very good. And after we started working together in January, you learn new things, and now you are making around £2,000 a month, which is 24,000 a year, and the coaching was third of that.
No, it is.
I think if I would be charging like them, I should be charging £100,000 for the coaching, you know? So you recover the money in 3 years.
Let's say, obviously the training's good, you know, you know, a good network and stuff, but like say, obviously buy-to-lets, you know, depending how you purchase them and all that, you know, you're talking at least probably 8 months, depending on, you know, what you do, sort of thing. So you know, it is a long process.
It's a long process,
let's say, you know, I paid the money, you know, it is what it is. You know, no regrets really.
Of course.
You know,
I just want to do the comparison, because I've been offered the same thing, and I think even by the same company, which I'm not going to be mentioning, but I've been on that training 2 years after you, 2020 January.
I think you did that.
And after it was like 35,000 for the training. And firstly, we didn't have the money, and secondly, I was like, what? It was quite a lot of money.
No, it's one of them, you know. I think it has helped me get some rent to essays or whatever. Just because I do have some buy-to-lets myself, so you know, I maybe found it a bit harder if I hadn't. You know, I don't know, but I felt more confident because you know, if they were saying, "Oh, what do you do?" and all that, well, I've got some buy-to-lets and stuff. So you know, you've got something in common. You know what I mean? So
that helps.
It does help. So you know, but. Like I says, it is, you know, obviously rent to SA is, you know, powerful. It's
I think it's very good
what you can make, you know.
I think it's very good for start when somebody's starting, and I didn't know about rent to rent when I started in January. I didn't know that any rent to rent exists. So, and the only thing what I knew it was the books from Robert Kiyosaki. So just buy, refurbish, refinance, and rent. So this is what I wanted to do. And after, I think in July, we found out there is a rent to rent strategy after 7 months, but we were like, I don't want to do rent to rent. I want to own properties. I want to build a portfolio. I don't want to do rent to rent. It's temporarily. And after, it took us a year to get our first rent to rent, because we were like, this is what we do. It's so slow. Deal sourcing is not easy as well. So, and we were like, let's try something different. So we tried the rent to rent, and I was like, it doesn't matter if it's temporary, it's for 3 years or 5 years, but if I can make £2,000 a month in 7 months and have it for 3 years, and these 3 years I can build a portfolio on the side, and I don't need to be stuck at job, because I've not had the job, but I needed income. So I think for whoever is starting, this is the easiest way.
If I was, let's say, I have done training, you know, with the company and stuff, but it wasn't, you know, you're in a classroom and stuff. It's not direct. I like to, you know, let's say I've had mentors before where you know, you're face to face, and you know, and obviously that's how I got mentored by yourself, because there was no, they were doing it in England, but it's not the same, you know, contracts, you know, that's a big thing. Like, that was one of my main problems, is how do I sign a contract to rent, and, you know, because it's all down in England. So, you know, it's, you know, but strategy wise, it's, you know, definitely, if I could start again, it would be the thing that I would definitely go to, because obviously, I mean, it's low money down, and especially in Edinburgh, it's obviously, it performs, you know, well. So.
And how do you finance your deals? Like the one deal you said 7,000, another one is 5, 6, and this one 5 or something, deposits and things like that. How do you do it? Do you use your own money, or how are you going about that?
No, well, I've used an angel investor's money, so I've used his money for these deals, and he's given me the money back. Obviously, because I've made my money back so quick. I said to him, okay, well, I know it's meant to be a year, the contract, but I've made my money back, a lot quicker. So we've obviously agreed for another year, starting, I think, either September, October, because I think it was due in March. So, so we're going to do that. So obviously, I'm happy because I've got all my money back out, and obviously the investor's making more money because he's got his money back before the year. So it's
great.
So
amazing.
It's good. So,
using other people's money, getting deals, building cash flow.
Yeah, well, that's it. So I'd like to also get at least one more before the deadline, but we'll see what happens, and then obviously try and build up some essays of my own, because obviously they do cash flow a lot better, and I've had some problems with tenants and stuff like that, so I would like to diversify and get some essays myself, and and I think also it's probably a good idea with everything's happening at the moment with bills and stuff. Everybody's going to be struggling, so it'll probably happen a lot more, people not paying bills and stuff like that. So
we have also one tenant who just he's overdue or rent. Today it's what, 26th, and he's supposed to pay it on 5th.
Right,
so it's 21 days behind. So I'm chasing him, but obviously it's not easy situation. So when somebody comes and if somebody would come there to my houses, when it was empty, offer me guaranteed rent what I want, and just no headache. I was like, well,
that's it. You'll find that a lot of people, especially the company that I'm working with these two properties, they, obviously Edinburgh has a lot of students and stuff, so people coming in for 3 months, 6 months, so when you come in and say obviously you want to take it for a few years, and obviously it helps that I've worked with them before, so it's, I would say obviously it is attractive to them, or they wouldn't out to a management company or whatever, so it does have its benefits, plus it's obviously getting cleaned every day or two, or however long the guests are in, so
And so you mentioned before the October, which is 1 month and few days, you would like to have one more deal. And what would you like to accomplish in the next 12 months? So this is 1 month goal. What in the next 12 months? What you would like to be? Because we're going to do another interview. And again, and I will share another properties, new ones.
To be honest, I've not really. Regarding essays, obviously I do want to get more buy-to-lets, but I'd rather have service apartments. I just think it's just with obviously learning all this process. Obviously a lot of moving parts, but you don't have to worry about eviction, stuff like that. It just makes sense. More money. You can get your property back when you want. So I'm going through 2 evictions, so I had eviction, and then the tenant was paying okay, and then having another eviction basically, so 2 in the same property in a row, so it is what it is, but...
and this is only from 3 buy-to-lets, 2 evictions?
Yes.
Imagine some people they have...
Well, sorry, the first one never eviction, it was during COVID and stuff, so it was just trying to get them out.
Imagine some people they have hundreds of properties, how many problems they have to have.
So he moved on after maybe about 4 months or something like that, but I mean that's not a lot of money, but it does add up, the time.
Of course.
So
a few thousand when you think about it. So. And you go ahead with some projection, like how much money you'll be making on monthly basis, and after when you are not getting it, like obviously the ROI is going down, and
then obviously the interest rates and stuff like that going up. It has to be a certain price range for it to be worth it. Because if you're just cash flowing maybe £200, if you get a problem with a boiler or whatever, that's wiped out for
for a year.
It was like one I had, I think it was a repair for, it was like £300 odd, so that's the cash flow away for about a month and a half. So it's a lot of money. So it's just try to find what you want to sort of do, but I'd like to also do a bit of both, but service apartments just because I know how it works, I quite like it, money wise and stuff like that, so but obviously we'll need to see how the legislation goes with, the service apartments. So nobody actually knows what's going on. So time will tell. So yeah.
Okay, amazing. So thank you very much for sharing all of that today.
No.
And I have one more thing for you actually to do. So I always ask everybody if there'll be any one advice would you give somebody who wants to start in property, is completely new, don't know what to do, where to go. What advice would you give them to start? What would be like one thing which would pop in your mind?
Well, for me, obviously wanted to give up my job, so I had to think of, I'd done, cryptocurrency and stuff like that. That was a bit of a long process, make money up and down. So I needed a more reliable source of sort of income investment. So it really, obviously that's why I chose property. But I mean, it just depends on the person, I'm the sort of person, if I want something, I'll go and get it. So, it depends on if the person wants to get into property, how much do they actually want it, so you can't obviously force somebody to do it, but
if they would like, because if they'll be listening, they'll be want to get into the property.
I mean, what I've done is obviously I've got mentors throughout, so that's what obviously I would do personally. Some people like to do it the long road and do it themselves, but obviously if I never got in contact with you, I wouldn't have the service apartment, so that says enough. So you just basically find somebody that's doing what you're doing. Basically that's what I've always done. When it was a buy-to-lets in Scotland, I had a mentor that done buy-to-lets, so got mentored by him. And then obviously wanted to do SAs because the market was picking up, having to leave more money in the deals, so rent to SA made more sense. Got in contact with yourself, and that's it. So that's probably one of the advice would be, get a one-to-one mentor. Personally.
I think it helps a lot when you have someone.
Definitely. Because like I said, I would never have started if I'd never obviously got in contact with yourself. Because there's too many moving parts. Especially in service apartment.
You took the action. You scheduled the call, and we did it.
So
amazing. Perfect. Thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you.
Cool. So, and guys, for next week we're gonna have another interview, and guys, who's gonna be? The next week it's gonna be Brooker, and Brooker, it's someone who's can help you to set up your mortgages and everything like that. It's can be sometimes complicated subject, so I thought who better to speak of the subject than the broker himself. So get and stay tuned for the next week interview as well. Have an amazing day, and thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.